The Lord of the Rings of Power was a total and complete disaster for Amazon. They did everything they could to change the narrative. They lied to everybody about what this series would be. They enlisted the mainstream media to help them do that. They attacked the fan base, not once, not twice, but over and over again, trying to gaslight everybody into saying, if you don't like this, you must just be a racist. And we even saw some people who worked on Lord of the Rings movies in the past get tricked by that and come out with this virtue signal for Rings of Power. None of it worked. People did not tune in. This series, which is the most expensive one in history, $1 billion for just 2 seasons of the Rings of Power, didn't get the numbers they needed it to. It had no staying power. It was getting destroyed by House of the Dragon, which cost a fraction of what this series cost. And now it's nice to see some people that do appreciate Tolkien, appreciate Lord of the Rings, and appreciate good filmmaking, and who was involved with the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, to speak out about this nonsense and do so in a pretty harsh way. Lord of the Rings actor Bernard Hill slams Rings of Power as a money-making venture, not interested in watching it. And of course, Bernard Hill, the actor best known to Lord of the Rings fans as King Theoden, hit out at Amazon's Lord of the Rings of Power in a recent interview with Metro. The Rings of Power aired its 8-episode first season on Amazon Prime Video this fall. When asked if he watched the show, Hill snapped back, "Nope, not interested. It's a money-making venture, and I'm not interested in watching that or being in it. Good luck to them and all that stuff, but it's not like the real thing." Holy shit. Like, I didn't even see that part of the quote when I first skimmed through this article. It's not like it's the real thing. He is 1000% correct. Tolkien would be rolling over in his grave if he knew what was going on with the Rings of Power. Tolkien fans have been saying this from the outset, from the first trailer, from the way that they were speaking about what they wanted to do. They wanted to modernize it, make Tolkien for the modern world, for the modern day, which basically just means cramming woke identity politics into it, doing race swaps, inserting things that never existed in Tolkien into this show. It's not real. It's not Lord of the Rings. It's not Tolkien. And now you have somebody who was part of the original Lord of the Rings trilogy speaking out in a pretty harsh way. All it is a money-making venture. It's not like it's the real thing. I won't be watching. Hill was then asked if the Lord of the Rings franchise should have ended after Peter Jackson wrapped his original trilogy with Return of the King, to which the actor responded completely yes. I think they were pushing it when they made The Hobbit. The Hobbit's a tiny book. They did it well. They did it really well. They expanded it, but I think you can only stretch a piece of elastic so far. I think they managed it in The Hobbit because there were some good things without a doubt. Hill will never know what's in the Rings of Power as he refuses to watch it. Yeah, good for him. Good for him. We saw a lot of people take part in this fake virtue signal. Tolkien is for everyone. Tolkien's always been for everybody. Lord of the Rings is like one of the most printed books in history. I think like right behind the Bible or something. That's what we're talking. It's always been for everybody. It's in like 47 or maybe even more different languages because it's always been for a global audience. But instead what they wanted to do was they wanted to make what they define a global modern audience. They wanted to bastardize it. They wanted to use it as a platform for their identity politics, and it failed. It failed hard. We saw the audience reject the Rings of Power. Tolkien fans from the beginning told Amazon, they told everybody, this is going to be trash. And it absolutely was. I was ready for it to be woke. I wasn't ready for it to be so incompetent at every single level. With this much money behind it, I wasn't ready for something that was on the level of a CW show. And from dialogue to costume design to the plot to how these characters interacted with each other, it had CW written all over it. And just like CW, it had to have lost money. There's no way. $700 million just for season 1. And they didn't have near the numbers that they needed to have. It was pathetic from Amazon, and good for Bernard Hill, good for King Theoden himself to call this garbage out. It's not like it's the real thing. Get that quote one more time. Good luck to them and all that stuff, but it's not like the real thing. Fucking wrecked. That's what just happened to Amazon right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.